Good morning. Welcome back. You're still watching Daybreak on this 15th day of December 2025. And it's time for us to have a conversation looking at Parliament in 2025. Instead, I have Karoli Omondi, the Member of Parliament for Suba South. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Caroline Gaeta is the Executive Director at Mzalendo. Good morning.
Good morning, Sam.
Good to see you after so long.
I'm glad to be back.
Great. Franklin Mukwanja is the Executive Director at the Center for Multi-Party Democracy. Good morning.
Good morning, Sam.
Right, and we're still expecting the arrival of Titus Lote, who is the Member of Parliament for Kachaliba constituency in West Pokot County. As soon as he's here, he'll join the conversation. But also this morning, we're waking up to the news about the questions that abound on the passing of Cyrus Jirongo. They are talking about what an evening he had in Karen, but thereafter he was expected to be heading home. But the news came that he had been in Naivasha, or was in Naivasha, heading back to Nairobi. And George Khaniri, the former senator of Vihiga County, is quoted as saying that I asked why he was still out having fun, yet him, Kisi, and I had an important meeting the next day. He told me that he had finished and was just about to go home. There was no talk of him going to Naivasha. And former Nairobi town clerk Philip Kisi quoted as saying he was a man of the people, an international businessman. Lately, he had gotten into some very good business dealing in minerals from DRC and other countries. He was a threat to some people, he is quoted as saying. Karoli, did you work with Cyrus Jirongo? What are your thoughts on his passing?
Oh, thank you. Good morning, Sam. It's been a long time.
Sure.
I was also on sabbatical. I've not had a TV interview since we lost Baba. I think today is 60 days, is 2 months?
Yes, exactly 2 months today.
It's exactly
right.
2 months. So I've been away for a long time, but here we are now. I knew Cyrus Jirongo. Sometime early this year, we actually had a meal together in a local in Karen. We call it Kwasaitoti, somewhere called Kabwagi there. We met there, we had lunch, and we just talked generally as friends. I first met him in early 90s. I was just about to leave for my master's program in the UK. And I met him with a friend of mine called the late Geoffrey Mecha. I think they were planning to set up YK92 at that time, if my memory is right. Actually, even the very first time I ever engaged with the current president politically was on the steps of KICC, when we were having a conversation and he came along. Vile he says, alikuwa mtu wa mkono wa Cyrus. I think he brought some t-shirt samples. So we sat there and he was showing them to Cyrus, and we had a chat and then we left like that. It's quite unfortunate the way he died, and I'm not clear about the facts. But what we have heard from friends is that they were in Karen, he left, and he ended up in Karai. Initially, I thought it was Karai of Lusijeti, the one at the bottom of Karai, the border of Kajiado and Nairobi. There's a place called Karai there. But then it turns out it was the other Karai, which is quite of a distance, because if it was the near one, you'd imagine somebody missed a turning on the southern bypass, getting onto the northern bypass. But I don't know. I don't have the facts.
Right.
I just feel sorry for his family and his friends and everybody, and we've shared our condolences.
Sure.
Yeah.
Indeed. Caroline, I don't know if you have had any experience or encounter with Cyrus.
Except the impact on the economy.
Yeah.
Of the 90s, and, no contact whatsoever.
Okay. All right. For you, Franklin?
I have had the privilege to interact with Honorable Jirongo by virtue of him being a political party leader and a politician. I work with political parties and many of these politicians. My condolences to his family. We will let those that do this work do. Pathologists are saying that dead bodies talk. So we'll leave that to the family and the pathologists and the investigators. But when such things happen, and you have these questions arising and the issues that the late Honorable Cyrus Jirongo has raised himself, friends are saying that lately he claimed his life was in danger. but many unresolved political deaths, so to speak, really leave many questions than answers. And this could be one of those that we may never have answers. He's a good friend. His soul rest in peace. Juma as well. To date, we have not had a lot of progress in that regard. But this is the challenge of a country that may not be entirely led on the rule of law, and those are the challenges that we have contend with. But it's good that families settle such issues and their loved ones are rested with full knowledge of what happened.
Right, and there's also a story that is on the Daily Nation, how Jirongo's NSSF's CAMS collapsed post-bank credit. 50 days after President Moi was sworn in for another term on January 4th, 1993, the powerful Youth for KANU 92 chairman Cyrus Jirongo walked into the National Social Security Fund, the NSSF headquarters, to force through a deal. It was a Tuesday, February 23rd, 1993, and the story continues on page 10, where from power broker to bankrupt, Jirongo's gradual fall from grace. In the corridors of power, Jirongo moved with the easy authority of a man honed by the campaign trail. As Cyrus Jirongo rose with audacity and spent freely, but when YK92 collapsed, he faced debts, courts, and disgrace. 50 days after President Moi was sworn in, that's when they are saying that Cyrus Jirongo walked into the NSSF headquarters to force a deal, and it was in the corridors of power that he moved with the easy authority of a man honed by the campaign. And they are also saying that he was a man remembered for the money he spread, the doors he opened, and the boldness with which he lived. And that's how the Nation is writing the story of Jirongo. Mheshimiwa Titus Lote, karibu sana to the show.
Good morning.
And good morning. And I don't know if you have any thoughts about the passing of Jirongo.
Well, thank you. I think, first of all, it's my condolence to the family, to friends, to all the Kenyans for passing of a senior politician in this country. I think I met Jirongo personally. I have not worked with him, but I met him. I think I met him in Kisumu sometimes when we had the devolution conference. I think he was a person that you can actually say has clout with him. Because when I actually sat with him, I actually saw him mobilizing people. You can actually see this is a person that has actually been a magnet of people. So historically, we all know how Jirongo has grown. I think Jirongo has been the boss of our boss during the YK92. And he's been bold. You can actually see what all the leaders are saying about him. He's a bold person that could easily be able to talk out what affected him. So we have lost a great man as a nation, despite the fact that now people are trying to talk about how the death would have happened or have happened. I think he's a great man. And unfortunately, that's the way of life. We all go through that. And yeah.
Okay, all right. And may his soul rest in eternal peace, and we hope that the family will find closure as they raise the many questions. Of course, you'll find that more details inside the paper, including on page 4 of the Standard. Friends, family raised questions over the death of Cyrus Jirongo, and the family ties that they are putting the figure at 38 children. The tally of Cyrus Jirongo's official offsprings, according to an account given early this year. The former cabinet minister obviously died on Saturday, and you recall that a very viral video of him introducing those children and the situation that befell his family. Still in the papers, you'll find hurdles in senior school admissions is a story that is on the Daily Nation.